Hey guys, Shane here from CrossFit HF, helping you go further, faster in fitness. And today we are talking about squats, how to regress them. What happens if a back squat or a front squat doesn't feel quite right? How can you make these movements feel better for you? So we have two options to start with. The first one is still a squat, but the way we load the body is completely different. In your typical back squat or front squat, you load the spine through putting a bar on top of your shoulders or in the front rack. On our first variation, we're gonna load the body in a different way. We're gonna load the body through the hands and have the weight underneath the hips. That's gonna take the pressure out of the lower back, out of the pelvis, and out of the spine, and transfer into a different position to make it easier and more comfortable for you to do. The performance positions are heels down, knees out, chest upright. I'm gonna go through that in a second. You guys can watch along, and then maybe if you have an opportunity in the next couple of days to give it a go and let us know how it felt. Alrighty guys, so the way you're gonna start this first regression is you're gonna grab maybe some 12-inch boxes, something that's off of the floor. And then grab a kettlebell. I've selected a light kettlebell and a heavy kettlebell. I'm gonna warm up with the light one, I'm gonna progress to the heavy one. Grab your kettlebell, standing up nice and tall on your boxes. You're gonna load the hands. Like I said, it's a little bit different like a typical back squat or a front squat where we're putting weight on top of us, compressing our spine. This is gonna be a lot less compression on the spine because the weight is below the hips. You still got to use your grip and you've still got to use your quads, but without sacrificing the spine. So nice tight position with the hands. We're gonna sit down into the bottom of our squat position, heels down, knees out, chest upright, and stand. When you're done, carefully stepping down and placing the kettlebell back onto the box. Now when you feel comfortable, you can use a heavier kettlebell like a 32. But say for example, you're a little bit stronger than that. There are two other ways to do it. The first one is you grab two kettlebells. I'm gonna use a 32 and a 14. Okay, ideally you would use the exact same weight, but for the demonstration purposes, I'm gonna use two different weights. I'm adding a little bit more load to the body. I'm gonna squat down into position. Stand up nice and tall. Down. Hold my breath on the way down to stabilize the spine. Breathing out through the sticking point of the movement. When you're done, it's easier to go lighter side first if you've got uneven loads, and place the kettlebells back down on the box. The second way is if you were to wear a belt. Wearing a weight belt around your hips with a chain and adding a few plates to that can make this movement challenging as well. It depends on how tall you are. If you're quite tall, you'll need a higher box, that's all. So guys, with this level, it's probably the easiest level. Most of you are going to squat in some form every single day, and generally it's when you get up and off of a chair. So we're gonna start with that, but we're gonna lower the level of the chair. Most chairs are about hip height, so you don't have to sit too low. We're gonna use a 12-inch box, which is what I'm sitting on right now, and you're just going to literally sit down, hands on knees, stand up nice and tall. Hands on knees, back down, push the hips back, keep the knees out, sitting down. Same thing, up and down. Now this may seem easy, but for those of you who are trying to recover from a spinal injury or a knee injury, this is a level that might be hard enough. Now you've got to listen to the body. Do a whole bunch of these, do a few sets of these, start here, see how your body responds, and then over the next couple of minutes you'll also find this video a few ways to make this more challenging. Give it a go. Alright guys, so you've tried progression or regression 1. Depends on where you started or where you had to go back to. Let's say for example, you're starting to feel a little bit more confident loading the body, but still not confident putting a barbell on your back. The next level, level 2 here, would be with a single-sided loaded front squat, maybe with a dumbbell or a kettlebell. We've got a dumbbell here, so pop this up on one side. Normally, the front end of the dumbbell higher than the back end, sitting down into the best squat position you've got. Hold your breath. Breathe out through the sticking point. Down. Breathe out. And this will help load one side of the body, and then you should always balance out, load the other side of the body. Just to balance completely on this movement. Obviously, you can take this as heavy as you can withstand. Start light, build up in weight. Okay guys, so once you've mastered the single side, you might want to add a little bit load to the body and a bit more load to the spine by going 2 kettlebells or 2 dumbbells. Same position, big deep breath in, breathe out at the top. And then recover.